today we are going to be meal prepping for work. So I get so many questions on the best way to meal prep, what to meal prep, how to meal prep, especially for people at work. And I completely get it, because when I used to work in a normal job, I honestly found it so hard to meal prep, because I feel like meal prep gets really boring. And if you don't know what you're doing, it can also seem like a really long, tiring process. And it doesn't have to be. So today I'm going to show you exactly how I would meal prep for work, and I'm going to make it super easy, tasty, and quick. So today we're going to be meal prepping breakfast and lunch, because obviously not many of us have dinner in work. And the best way I find to do this is to meal prep for 3 days. So my rule when it comes to kind of leaving food in the fridge is to leave it for a maximum of 3 days. I feel like after that it gets a little bit risky. However, if you're also going to eat like one portion on the day where you're making it, you could obviously meal prep for 4 days. In today's video, we're going to be making blueberry and chocolate chip muffin overnight oats. And then for our lunches this week, we're going to be meal prepping a 1-pan Nandos chicken rice dish. Guys, these recipes are currently my favorites, so you're in for a treat. But before we get into this video, make sure that you like this video and subscribe to my channel. I do a lot of fitness, lifestyle, fashion, basically everything kind of content. So you know where to come if you want a little bit of everything. So let's get right into the video. I'll make sure that I put all of the ingredients below so you guys can also make these delicious recipes. And I track all of my food on my app Elevate, which is super easy to track your food on. I find the best breakfast when it comes to eating breakfast on the go or at work is overnight oats. They are so easy. You literally make them the night before. They taste so good. You can mix up the flavors, and they're also high in protein, so they're going to keep you full and you're not going to want to snack all day and all night. So I actually picked up these pots from Amazon, not an ad by the way, but can we just look how cute these pots are? I'm just obsessed, like how cute are they? So we're gonna be making our overnight oats in these really cute pots, and it comes with a little spoon so you can also eat it. Okay, so for this recipe, we're gonna need 3 pots. You can obviously use whatever pots that you like, but these are just super handy. We're gonna need some chocolate. So I've got this vegan chocolate from MyProtein, but you can use any chocolate that you like. We've got some frozen blueberries, because I find frozen fruit works so much better in overnight oats. We've got some 0% fat yogurt, gluten-free rolled oats. These are the best oats ever. They just make oats taste unreal. Then we have the MyProtein Impact Whey in cereal milk, because that is the best flavor. So to start off with, we're going to weigh out our oats. So I'm using 50 grams of oats in each, but you can mix up the quantities. If you want more, have more. If you want less, have less. We're going to be adding 50 grams of oats, 1 scoop of protein powder, 80 grams of yogurt, and 75 ml of water. That will form our oat mixture. Then we're going to add some chocolate chips on top, around 10 grams in each. Finally, some delicious blueberries. So when we are meal prepping, we want ease. We don't want lots of washing up. So what I tend to do with the yogurt is I will put the yogurt on the scale and then I'll set it to 0. So we want 80 grams of yogurt in each pot. So once it's set to 0, you then want to take out yogurt so that it goes to -80. And then you just repeat that for each one. And then that way we have minimal washing. We know exactly how much is in each little meal prep pot, and it's quick and simple. And there we go. There is the base to my overnight oats. As you can see, it's like not too runny. It's like a thick kind of consistency. I just add water until I get this consistency. You want it thick but not too runny, because obviously it's going to set in the fridge. Then once we've made the base to our overnight oats, we can add in some frozen blueberries, and I'm also going to chop up this chocolate block. I'm going to put 10 grams in each. are. There are my blueberry and chocolate chip muffin overnight oats. Guys, these are honestly so delish and so easy to make. Per portion, there are just 380 calories and a massive 30 grams of protein. So if you struggle to get your protein in, you're gonna wanna make these. Now, all that's left to do is just pop on the lid and then just keep them in the fridge. So these will keep in the fridge for 3 days. And you can just take them out as and when you need, and they'll be ready to go. For recipe number 2, we're gonna be making a Nando's 1-pan rice bake. Now, I love making 1-pan dishes for meal prep because it saves so much washing up, it's so quick and easy, and it always tastes so good, especially when you're cooking rice and you're slow cooking it with like loads of other ingredients. So this is really quick, it uses minimal ingredients, and it's high in protein. This recipe serves 3, but you could definitely just make it for as many portions as you like, and these are the ingredients that you're gonna need. So for this recipe, you're gonna need 400 grams of chicken breast. Again, you can alter the quantities if you need. We're gonna use half a red and half a yellow pepper. We've got some vegetable stock. You can use vegetable or chicken. We've got lighter halloumi. This is gonna go on top because if you've been to Nando's, halloumi is my favorite. I've got some long grain rice, Nando's peri sauce in lemon and herb. And then I've picked up this Nando's seasoning, but I usually use just the seasoning packets that you can buy. They didn't have it, but I'm using the lemon and herb seasoning from Nando's. First step is to cut up your veggies. So we're gonna cut the onions and peppers. Then we're gonna season the chicken breast with the Nando's seasoning. I then like to fry my onions, then add in the chicken, then the peppers, and then once that's all cooked off, we can add in some Nando's sauce, then the rice, vegetable stock, leave it to simmer, and then we'll add all the toppings, including the halloumi. Now we're just going to fry off our onions until they're slightly clear, then add in our chicken. So while the chicken and peppers cook, we're going to chop up our lighter halloumi. Now, when I go to Nando's, I have to have the halloumi and chili jam. It's just the best thing ever from Nando's. If you've ever had the sunset burger, let me tell you, that is unreal, and you need to add some halloumi. But for today's recipe, we're gonna be chopping up some halloumi and frying it off because we're just gonna pop it on the top once everything is all cooked. And I just love adding halloumi because halloumi tastes good whether it's warm or cold, and I always fancy halloumi. So we're just gonna make some thick-ish slices, and then I'll just fry it off in the pan in some fry light. As a general rule of thumb, I tend to use around 60 grams of dried rice per portion. I'm trying to maintain at the moment, but I always try to stay on the leaner side, and I just find that that works for me. But if you're trying to eat more, definitely obviously up your rice intake. Rice is a really good source of carbohydrates. So if you want to get some more carbs in you, just increase the amount. So we're going to be making 3 portions. So we're going to need 180 grams of dried rice. And then we're going to add that to the pan with the vegetable stock, and we're going to simmer it until all of the liquid's absorbed. And there we go. There is our Nando's chicken 1-pan rice dish. We've got our halloumi over there, and we've got our meal prep pots there as well. A lot of people ask me how to weigh out something like this, because obviously you've just put in loads of ingredients and now it's all mixed together. So there are a few ways to do it, but just remember, if it is just you eating this recipe, it actually doesn't really matter if you have slightly more on one day than the other, because if you're tracking your macros and your calories, it will actually even out because you've tracked the entire recipe on your food tracking app. So don't worry if one is slightly more than another. However, if you are sharing this with someone else, which is also absolutely fine, what you can do is you can weigh the entire amount and then you just divide it by how many portions. So obviously today we're making 3 portions, and then you just weigh out each one as you add it to your meal prep pot, and that is the amount to do. You can also make sure that when you cut up your chicken, you do each chicken bit evenly. So if you're serving it for 3, just cut it into 3 bits, then you know that each pot gets the same amount of chicken, if that makes sense. So what I'm going to be doing today is I'm actually going to be measuring it on the food scale as I pop it into the dish, and that is because my meal prep pots weigh the same, so I just want them to be even. So at the end, I'll just make sure that they're even in weight. And there we are. There is my 1-pan Nando's meal prep. As you can see, that was so quick and easy, guys. Per portion, there are 411 calories and 37.4 grams of protein. Super delicious, and I find when I cook rice as a meal prep option, it holds all of its flavor and it actually tastes so much better the next day. And there we go, guys. There is how to meal prep for work, and there are all my tips and tricks on how to make it as simple and easy and as stress-free as possible. All of these meals will keep in the fridge for up to 3 days, so that's why I've prepped 3 days worth of food. Like I said, you can obviously prep for as many days as you like. The best thing to do is just divide each recipe that I've given you here by 3. That will give you for 1 portion. Then you can times it by however many days you are cooking for. But thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you learned a little bit about how to meal prep and how to meal prep quickly and successfully. If you want to see any more videos like this, then let me know. Or if you have any other ideas, then again, just comment below. And please make sure that you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you at the same time next week. Bye bye.